Hey guys, today I'm doing the cheap art supply challenge, and there we go. As you can see, I spent $8.56 on all the supplies here. I'm gonna go through the bag and show you guys what I got. I got some colored pencils, some regular mechanical pencils, I got some fruit scented pens, I got a set of markers, and another set of like fine tip markers, and then black pens, just like the cheapo black pens, and then some color changing pens, which looked kind of cool. And I got some pencil sharpeners for the colored pencils just in case. So yep. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna open all these guys up. And I can talk to you about this a little bit while I'm doing this. I decided to do the cheap art supply challenge because I wanted to do more stuff with the channel, and this is something that I thought might be fun, and so I gave myself a minimum or a maximum of $10 to spend on art supplies. And so I went to a local Dollar Tree. It's just like a dollar store where everything is $1 as you saw on the receipt, and so I just got a bunch of different supplies that I thought looked cool and might be fun to try and use. A lot of the packaging was not easy to open. There we go. Almost. But yeah, I ended up actually liking most of the supplies. I didn't like the markers as much as I'd hoped I would like. Also, the fruit scented pens really do smell like the fruit that they're labeled as. It's really weird. It's like those markers that as a kid you'd get and they would be like different scents, like chocolate or strawberry or whatever. And they actually were scented, so. And these mechanical pencils did not want to come out. I chose to do this one around this time because since it's back to school time, a lot of places have a lot more selection, and so like I knew the dollar store would have like all the basic supplies like pencils and pens just like out. And I was, yeah, not gonna like unpackage these. I'm just showing you guys like, yeah, these are the colors. There's 20 colors. It's a nice rainbow. And then I got, again, these pencil sharpeners just because it was like, oh, I need pencil sharpeners, and I didn't want to get a pack of 8 little tiny ones, so I got 2 little owls instead. Might actually use those later. And then the colored pencils are just, like, I guess they're not like knockoff, but they're like cheap Crayola pencils. Not really like anything good. So here we go, piling all the markers and stuff together for the shot. Yeah, so those are the supplies I've got to work with. And then we do this. Oh no, the camera is very shaky here. There we go, okay. And so this is just me testing out all the different supplies to see what I was going to be working with, and so if you will forgive me, it does take a little bit, and there's a lot of zooming in and out because of the camera quality I have. So again, like I was saying, like I was surprised how actually good the markers were. I think I could have used them better in my final piece, but like they're actually pretty nice for $1 for 20. They're, I think, alcohol based, so they're just normal like markers that I'm used to using, so that's maybe why. I think it was this one. No. Yeah, it was that one. It didn't work super well, and so like I was trying to get it to work better. Actually, out of all of the supplies that I was really surprised by, I only had one that ended up not working, which, again, like for spending $8, like I'm really surprised that I had everything work except for that one, so. And the black wasn't like really black, it was like a dark gray. And so then, like, you know, a lot of people like these style pens, just like cheap like Bic pens, but they're not really Bic. That was like off-brand. So that one worked, and that one was like, oh, I accidentally got the tip too. That one worked as well. The pink one, however, did not work, and so it got thrown away. And the color changing pens were really kind of cool because it wasn't like they changed like just as you drew or whatever, it was like each stroke it would change colors because it would be like the top part of the pen versus the bottom part. And this is when I was like, oh, I should smell them. Yeah, it actually smells like strawberry. And then the blueberry one actually smells like blueberry. And the grape one actually smells like grape. Which again, surprising. I think, yeah, this was the other color changing one. So the color changing ones are interesting because it was like in the swirls you would see it like a lot more than just that. And that was me testing the mechanical pencil to see what I could get. So that's what I was working with. So from there I decided to sketch with the blue pencil, which ended up being very light, but I ended up doing a red panda because I like red pandas, and I decided, what am I gonna do with all these colors? And I was like, oh, I'll do a rainbow red panda instead of it just being a red panda. And so my idea at first was to not use the markers to make full space, but to make like, you know, hatchwork or shaded areas like how I was doing here. But I don't know, I wasn't really feeling it in the end, but I just kept going. I didn't want to have to go back, because once you layered these, they made it like way darker than what they were originally. So I guess I could have started over, but I really just wanted to have it like, this is the first time I've used these supplies besides testing it, so I didn't want to like have like, I don't know, like cheated, I guess, and messed with them beforehand and just decided to do another one. But I was pretty happy with how the end result ended up coming out. I ended up using the markers a lot more than any other one, obviously, because there was a lot more colors in them. But, I think I could have used the color pencils more, but the markers honestly were surprisingly good quality, and I was just like, okay. But there you'll see on the nose area where, like, I overlapped it a couple too many times, so, like, it got where the paper started to, like, peel up. So yeah, and there I am adding some lines so you can start seeing things. And this is what I was thinking that I would use these for, was like lining and defining details and stuff. And maybe a little bit of shading as well. And this is when I bring out some pencils to try and fill in that bigger areas, which ended up working pretty well. Tried to use one to shade with as well, which didn't end up working as well as I had wanted. This is me trying to do some different eyes. I gave it brown eyes just because, yeah, it needed to be not so colorful as the rest of it. And I was like, oh, I need to do a background, so let's do some swirlies. I don't know. I didn't know what to do. I was just kind of like, oh, let's try this. This is me just adding some more blue for shading, and then using the mechanical pencil to actually shade with. And adding some details with other stuff. I didn't know really how to use the color changing pens, so I ended up just using them for like little trails on the stars, which ended up being kind of cool, so that was nice. And then this was me being like, oh, I don't like the eyes, so I'm gonna darken them up, so there we go. Just trying to fix that nose. I really wish that I had had some kind of white pen. I could have made that look a lot better, but that's the point. It's the cheap art supply challenge. It's doing something with just these cheap art supplies, so yeah. All in all, I'm happy with how it turned out. I'm honestly really surprised that nothing bled through to the next paper. Like, after layering and laying those markers, there's nothing over on the next paper, so well, I hope you guys liked that video. I plan on trying to do some more art challenges later on, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!